Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I love doing a video for the new year. So today's New Year's Eve, so it's a perfect time to do this. Today we're going to chat about this year and some things that I talked about wanting to implement in 2024 that have carried with me and been successful. And I also want to chat about my resolutions for next year. Some years I do a word of the year, which I love. The past 2 years though haven't really, it has to come to me. And lately it's been like I've wanted to do more specific things versus just like a general theme. But that's a super fun way to start your year with a word. One year I did plan, and it just kind of like sets the tone. Sometimes I make little bracelets with the word on them, and it gives you like a little reminder. But this year I have my few things that I want to kind of work on. So I usually categorize things like a personal, a work related, health. I also have a new type of video that I want to do in the new year. So when I get to my work one, I'll talk about that, but I really need your input on like a title and also on the topics. And I'm getting vulnerable and open with you guys about some things that we will be talking about in the new year. So yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to that in the video. Okay, so I hope you guys get some inspiration from today's video, some motivation for the new year, and let's get into it. Okay, so starting off, like looking back on the year, one of the things I really wanted to focus on was one-on-one time with the kids. And I do think that I did do that, and just slowing down in general. I wanted to be more present, not as rushed, and just more like in the moment. And so that was a big thing this year, saying no to more things, not having to have that pressure of having to do every single thing. It is so funny because everybody says with homeschool, like, I think that this is an old thought now, but it's like, how are your kids going to be socialized? That is actually like the opposite problem we have. We have too many things with their friends now. I need to say no more because we have to sit down and do school. Like, we have so much social time that it's like the opposite problem. Another thing I wanted to work on this year was talking less and listening more to friends, to family. When I'm hanging out with, the moms in our group, I want to be there to listen to them and to be an ear for them, rather than the one talking to them about things all the time. I feel like in the past, I'll leave things that we've been hanging out with friends, and I'm like, I feel like I talked too much, or I didn't ask enough questions. And so I was really intentional this year about like not having to interject all the time. Like, I just feel like I just always want to say, oh yes, I can relate to that. Here's my personal example, where a lot of the time people just want to talk. They don't want to hear what you have to say. So I also think about my grandpa. He was so, he would just ask you so many questions about yourself. He was genuinely interested in you, and so many people remember him for that. And I'm just thinking, like, nobody remembers you for being the one who's talking all the time. So this year it was big on just like, you don't have to talk all the time. Hold your tongue and just listen. And like that went a long way. So moving into the new year, I want to continue doing those things, but something else I want to do is to start waking up more before the kids. I did this like 2 years ago a lot, and then Owen started coming into our bed in the mornings, and so it kind of threw that off. He doesn't come into our bed quite as often now, so I'm going to just have my alarm set every day for 5:45. If he's not in bed with us, then I'll wake up. If he is, then I'm just gonna turn the alarm off and enjoy his cuddles, because I know it won't last forever. But the days that I can get up earlier, I wanna just come downstairs, I'll make my coffee and work on a devotional. I'll link down below. The Daily Grace Co. has really wonderful devotionals. They are just easy to follow along. There's so many different categories you can go down, whatever you're kind of like craving at the time. Right now I'm doing one that kind of walks you through the Bible, and it gives you sort of like an overall timeline, and it's really, really good. I really love it. I think it's called From Eden to Eternity. So I'm doing that right now. So the goal is to wake up, to have my quiet time, opening the Bible, And then Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, after that, I want to do a little workout, treadmill for 20 minutes at an incline, and then sauna for 30 minutes. That's my Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to be doing my workout. I canceled my gym membership because we're trying to just build a home gym here now. And it's easier to work out with the kids since they're older. They can be fine. When they were younger, I just like had to watch them all the time. So now we can work out and the kids are okay. And then Tuesday, Thursdays, I'll just do my devotional. I'm not going to be working out those days. And I just think it will give me like some constant routine, some quiet time daily in the morning, start my day off right. Also, I like to work out every other day. So then I'm not going to wash my hair and do my hair every day. That's way too much. So I have to stagger my workout days. Next resolution is to do 2 videos a month. And I think mine last year was 2 a week, and that was just too much for me to live up to with our schedules. We have too much going on to pack that in, and we're just in a different season of life, and I can't be filming all the time, nor do I want to be filming all the time around the kids. So 1 video a month is going to be a day in the life vlog, and then the other video of the month is going to be slightly different. I'm going to do, this is what I need your help on. I want to do some type of like journal entry a month. What was my, like a focus topic, a reflection type of video on different topics. Could do 1 video on starting my channel, the beginning of YouTube, and kind of like my journey of wanting to start a channel in the first place and how that evolved, and just going back in time and talking about that. Also kind of how YouTube has changed over the years, our choice to homeschool, an update on homeschool, how that all happened, how it's going, why I stopped showing our kids in content, because I've had a lot of questions about that through Instagram and whatnot, but I've never really talked about it. So I think it might just be like a video some of you guys might be interested in on our choice for that, my walk with the Lord, and just things that I have found helpful to deepen my relationship over the past few years. And then one of the main topics I wanted to do like my first video on is something that I haven't talked about on my channel on Instagram, and I will not be talking about it on Instagram just because Instagram doesn't feel quite as personal to me. I'm feeling nervous. I'm getting sweaty now. As YouTube, I feel like my channel, you've been here for a long time, you're loyal supporters. Instagram feels a little more distant, but I haven't shared anything about this for a few years because it felt too vulnerable for me, and I wasn't quite ready to go there. But I think that letting it off my chest, my heart's racing, on my channel might be healing for me and healing for other people. And my channel has always been, the goal has been to either help someone in some way or to make somebody feel less alone or like you have somebody by your side during certain times of your life. And so to me, if that's the point of my channel, then it's kind of like I should talk about this. So Andrew and I have actually, well, not as of now, but for 2 whole years, we were trying to get pregnant again. We were trying to have a 4th baby and could not. So I guess it's considered secondary infertility when you've had children and then you can't have kids anymore. So for 2 whole years, we were really going through that, and that was just constantly on my mind 24/7. Like when you're trying to get pregnant, you can't think of anything else. Every single month you are taking pregnancy tests, and it's a weird thing. When we first wanted another baby, it was so like we thought it was gonna happen right away, and I never even considered it not happening. Like we had names picked out, we had how we were gonna tell our family picked out, and we even were like, we're not gonna tell anybody for like as long as we can. Let's wait until I'm 5 months pregnant and then we'll tell everybody. And then 5 months comes and I'm not even pregnant, and then a year comes and nothing, and another year comes. And so it came to a point where I'm like, this needs to come off my chest because I am dying inside. Like I have to share this. It's such a heavy feeling that feels like that's all you can think about, and then nobody else knows that you're going through this. So I finally told our parents, and then I felt like I didn't want to even mention it on my channel because it seems like Like, we already have 3 kids. Like, we are so blessed to have 3 beautiful, healthy children that I felt guilty for struggling because there's so many people who can't even get pregnant in the first place with 1 child. So I was like, who am I to say that this is hard when somebody can't even have children in the first place? So I don't want this to come off to somebody who is in that place as insensitive, because they're completely different struggles. But I've realized that even though they're different, they still are struggles. And so I think there has to be other people out there who are going through the same thing, that have felt this pain and a sense of loss. I luckily am kind of out of that now, but I was in a really dark place and a sad place for a long time, because it just seemed like, why isn't this happening? But I'll talk about kind of the things that we did to help people who I saw, tests I had done, like seeing my OB. I saw somebody else too that I'll get into. And just the process, the journey that it was going from being so excited and elated to confusion and questions and why, to acceptance and peace of being content with our family. And I've never opened the Bible more in my entire life than I have in those 2 years. This was probably 6 months ago is when we kind of closed the chapter. So yeah, I want that to be my first video, because I just feel like that's so heavy on my chest. Like, I don't know why I've just been really craving to talk about it with you guys and just like be open with you, because it's felt not like a secret, but it's felt like a really important part of our lives that just has kind of like been kept deep down. So yeah, that'll be a whole video on that if you guys are interested in that. But I would love your ideas and input for like some type of title for these. Like, I'm just kind of on the journal thing. I also wanted to journal a lot last year, and I've done pretty well with journaling. I tried to do it it's definitely at least twice a month that I'm journaling, if not more. But that's kind of like a way I want to have my legacy for the kids, is to have all these pages of handwritten notes about our days and our months written down for them. Okay, let's move on to, I have a few more things that I want to work more on. One is to do more grounding. If you guys haven't listened to the Grounded Wellness podcast, it's from Bethany from Primarily Pure. But she talks about how she has somebody on her most recent one talking about grounding and how it significantly reduces your inflammation. It helps with cortisol levels. So he talks about moms too, how like one little thing happens where the kids are crying and your cortisol spikes, and after that you need to ground to regulate your body. Another thing I want to do is to practice piano a few days a week. The girls take piano lessons, and we've had a keyboard, and I found a piano on Facebook Marketplace for free, and I'm so in love with it. And we use the Simply Piano app on the side for the kids just as a fun thing for them to do, and I started using it too, and I really want to learn. It's so beautiful. I just love piano. Like, classical music is my absolute favorite thing. When the kids are not in the car with me, I am listening to classical music. So I think it'll be just a really good thing for my brain, and for them to see me practice, I think it'll be what a cool skill to have. My next one is I've deleted all of my shopping apps from my phone, and I'm really trying to work on taking in less stuff, buying less things for the kids, spending less money this year. So I've deleted, I've deleted Amazon from my phone. So now when I want to buy something, what I'm going to try to do, wait a whole week, make a list of the things that I need, unless it's something that we really have to get tomorrow, but make a list of everything. And then at the end of the week, I can purchase the things that I need, versus right now when I'm like, anything comes top of mind, I'm like, oh, gotta get that. I'm ordering it on Amazon right then, and I just am not keeping track of my spending. So I want to be better about just planning out the things I'm buying. And also, if you wait a week to purchase something, sometimes you realize you don't need it. I just read the book, what is it called? the ruthless elimination of hurry. And he talks a lot about our shopping now and how consumerism and just spending in general is like the new, what does he call it? I took notes on this. I should have brought that down to read it. But how like the enemy can work in you through different ways. And a lot of that now is in shopping and spending our money frivolously and being so distracted by spending money, shopping, needing the newest and greatest thing. And what happens is it completely takes away any ounce of contentment and gratitude, like instantly, because you're thinking that you don't have enough, what you have isn't enough, and it's just the opposite of gratitude. And so I'm really, like every time I kept reading that, even like I did this little devotional thing for the new year, and it says like, what is the one thing blocking you from getting closer to God? What is the one thing in your way? And the thing that kept coming back to me is spending money. And just like always thinking, like this year, I just feel like in particular, it's like, ooh, what if we change this out? Ooh, I need this, or gotta go buy this. It's just next level for me right now. And so I really need to work on tuning that noise in the back of my head off, tuning it out, and like shifting my mindset to being grateful for what I have, showing gratitude, and doing something else besides that. It's just kind of like a numbing thing, I think, for a lot of us now. So yeah, I could talk more on that. That could also be like, honestly, a whole video. It could be one of my journal entries, because I took so many notes on this book and it's so insightful, and just like there's so many things that I really want to implement. And whenever I read a good book, I'm jotting notes. As I was editing this, I forgot to say one other thing that I kind of skipped over. So that is that I want to plan out our school for the week. I'm considering getting some type of planner, whether that be a normal planner, homeschool planner, to write out our daily lessons on Sundays. This year, we just kind of got things done as far as our curriculum goes, like getting done our math curriculum for the day and our reading lesson for the day. And it just seemed like I was focused more on checking off the box for our reading and math. But this year I want to be better about like planning topics that we're learning about monthly. So like more unit study types of things, which is what we did when we first started homeschooling. So yeah, just like sitting down on Sundays and even before the start of a month and going over, okay, what like big topics do we want to cover besides reading and math? Like to make it just a little bit more fun and all encompassing as far as curriculum goes. Like, okay, we're going to have a space unit. We're going to have animals, like whatever it is, just so we're covering more topics versus just like the main ones. Does that make sense? And just being more organized with that throughout the months. So let me know what you guys think. Leave me comments. Let me know your thoughts, what you want to see coming in the new year. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had a great Christmas. And that is going to be it for today. I will see you hopefully soon. Bye.